Hi, this is Alcan, and welcome back to my channel. Well, it's going to be a year since a tweet that I put out on Twitter with the old regime has got me into a lot of hot water with Twitter and ended in a suspension. Yeah, it was January 20 of last year. I put a tweet in saying to New York City Transit, basically to get rid of the Fairview, the homeless and mental health. In fact, let me show you what it says and what Twitter response to it was. Hold on a second. Okay, we're back. Well, yes, as you see, I did make an appeal. It was rejected. I tried a second appeal and never heard back from them. Well, I guess when you're on the unemployment line, it's very hard to answer back, right? All these jokers are responsible for this fiasco with the tweet has since been terminated by Elon Musk when he took over the company. So I'm waiting eventually from Twitter, the new regime at Twitter, what the deal is with this account. Hopefully I could bring it back. And now I have a new account just in case. I'm trying to make sure they don't try to suspend me permanently for that one too. Well, the result was that you may recall a year ago that a passenger named Michelle Go was attempting to ride the subway at Times Square Station, and unfortunately, this mentally homeless person who should have been kept in the mental institution, but they refused to do so, even when the sister asked them to do so. There is a law called Kendall Law, which I'll explain later. He claims that she stole his coat and he pushed her in front of an oncoming train, killing her. Same way that another passenger named Kendall Whitdale was pushed in front of another oncoming train on the same route. Almost, 20 years before? I'm guessing, I could be wrong on the numbers. That passenger was pushed on January 3rd, 1999. So, 99, 09, 19... a little over 20 years. But the same problem occurred because they didn't want to put the those glass doors in the station. This time it had a bigger impact than what happened with Kendall Whitdale. Being that the Asian community has been under attack since the COVID outbreak, and any attack on an Asian person could be seen as some kind of a bias, which I don't blame them. After all, China wasn't being honest with this, with the illness, how it started, and so on and so on. And unfortunately, people think that they can take advantage and start attacking Asian people. That's not how it works, but these people don't think. They just do. So, but the moral of the story is, unfortunately, because people didn't do what it was supposed to do, the tragedy occurred. And that was the tweet was out because some idiot was running around on the subway tracks interfering with the service. So, he's on the tracks, he's unauthorized, walking around the tracks, driving people nuts. They can't get anywhere. The trains can't move. While this knucklehead is on the tracks. That was my frustration, and that's why I put that tweet out. They got me suspended later in February 4th. So that's the official date of the suspension. Hopefully, I will get the information necessary. If I need to file legal action against those who are responsible, I'll be happy to do so. And may make some money off their ass. I could say donkey, but, donkeys are not very popular these days. Ask the Democrats in the House. They're losing everything. Anyway, since then, a year has passed. The crime rate was 41% at one time, down to 33%. The mayor had to do a crackdown on the homeless and mentally ill, and then the fare beaters as well. It resulted in a huge crackdown, and unfortunately resulted in some nutcase named Frank R. James that threatened the mayor, and when he couldn't get to the mayor, he did the next best thing. He took it upon himself to bring heavy artillery onto a subway train one morning, rush hour, tossing smoke grenades and started shooting people. 10 people were injured, maybe more, I'm not sure, but I know somebody was critically injured. He needed surgery for the hand. It was pretty bad. And of course, the MTA, as usual, they find a way to screw stuff up. Some of the cameras were not working that day in the stations where this idiot was. So, and some people in the media didn't exactly were helpful either. I was explaining that the guy was African American, so now we were looking for just about anybody who could have committed the crime. But it is still a crime wave happening on the subway. Something always seems to happen every day on the subway. It's making the papers. Stuff that normally wouldn't be reported, now is getting reported like crazy. And then, of course, you got your politicians yelling and screaming, you shouldn't be doing that. You're exaggerating the problem. Nobody's exaggerating anything. You got a lot of people, especially trans employees, ending up in the hospital, not related to COVID. That's right, not related to COVID, getting assaulted. So, what exaggeration are you talking about? I mean, you're upset because the so-called claim of exaggeration, you came up with it because, well, you lost all those congressional seats to the Republican on Long Island, including that George Soros guy you can't stand. Well, I'm sorry, folks, but guess what? He was a better liar than the Democrat. That's why he won. If the Democrat learned how to lie a little better, he would have won the damn seat. But he didn't. The tiggity wings, okay? I don't give a crap about the Democrat who lost. That's his tough luck. Too bad. Better luck next time. If there is a next time. But the fact is, the crime problem is still happening on the subways. But ridership is starting to come back. But if we can reduce the crime a lot more, then you're going to get the people to come back. Of course, what will also be helpful if Long Island Railroad's Grand Central Madison were to get back on track and finally open up. Just like NTA, they screw up the cameras, and that's screwing up the new terminal. Isn't that wonderful? That's why I don't want to work for my ex-employer ever again. Can't stand them. So, this is how Can't Say so long for now, and don't forget to stop. And remember to be careful on the subway. I started writing it again here and there. I try to avoid as much as I can, but yeah, be careful anyway. Take care. Night.